Hello and welcome back to Boring Dad Gaming, where today we're going to be continuing with Hauma. We're picking this up exactly where we left it off the last time. We're in the art gallery, currently trying to work out exactly how we progress. We've got these coordinates. We decoded this little telescope thing and got this. I don't know what to do with this next, so... All I can kind of think of is just to try using everything with everything else, which is going to be a little boring. I might just pause until I get a successful hit with something. Because I'm just going to be guessing at this point. I mean, nothing seems to work with a journal, which is usually good for pointing us in a direction. Nothing seems to work with these coordinates either, which is what we've just got. In terms of our current situation, I can't interact with anything in this room anymore, including the exit. So whatever it is, it's in here somewhere, in this Mind Palace area. So I'm just going to pause for a sec while I just try everything with everything else and see what comes loose. Yeah, nothing worked with anything. But then I just clicked on the phone on its own and she's asked, who should I call? So maybe that's the key. We could call Map. That's the only number we got.
A business card with a number and the initials MAP.
Yeah.
I need to combine something with it in order to call some...
Oh. Maybe I jumped the gun then.
I can't just call...
Her phone's the only one I haven't combined with everything else yet, so...
I think they're not connected.
Just do this while we're recording.
I don't... That doesn't work. Let's try something. I can't just call... This doesn't make any sense. I think they're not... I should try something...
I don't know. I'm going to click on everything individually.
A cipher key of some sort.
We can't do anything with this now. We've unlocked that.
It's a cigarette. A business card. Who is this Map? At first he lay motion. His bow.
Read that before.
The lion knows. The odd picture in the depicting a phoenix-like bird. What did the descriptions?
I don't remember. I mean, we've been through that already.
A coordinate.
I'll be honest. I don't really know what to do.
Granddad is the father.
Just nothing works with anything else, and I've got nothing to interact with. I'm going to have to look this up, I think. Unless there's an inbuilt hint system. I don't think there is, though. I'm at a bit of a loss. Okay, I'm going to look up what we do. Okay, this is really weird, and I have to assume it's a bug. I mean, I watched a walkthrough, but in the walkthrough, they clicked on JB again, but as you can see, he's not highlighted here. So I just started just clicking around, and it managed to select the info board for this painting again, even though it wasn't highlighted. And when I came out, stuff is highlighted again. So, yeah.
A metallic...
I don't know. It sounds like we should be able to speak to him, though. But I still can't select JB. I'm just clicking on random stuff now. But it looks like we should be able to ask him to be a distraction. But for whatever reason, he's not selectable.
Now what?
And I don't know why. I mean, that literally is what we do to progress. It must be a bug of some kind. I don't know. Like we can ask, when you click on him, you can ask him about the paintings we've looked at and all sorts of stuff, and that isn't triggering for me because he's not selectable.
Should I?
And so I'm just a little bit at a loss.
A metallic.
I don't know if he's got like a very minuscule hotspot or something. I don't know. I'm gonna have to pause the recording again and just try and...
I think they're not connected.
I don't know, just... I guess I could maybe quit and reload in and hope that fixes something. I might well do that. So I'm going to pause, and if I can work out a way to get around this, we will come back. Okay, so I had to go on the Steam forums in the end. It is a known bug. The fact that the gallery area specifically can become unable to progress because nothing's clickable. The developers did say they're working on a fix, but they did suggest leaving the gallery and coming back and everything would kind of reset. And I've done that, and look who's clickable now, a certain JB. So I think we can finally continue. I won't say how long I've been sat here trying to figure it out, but hopefully it's been a bit more instantaneous for you guys.
Maybe you can help me out. This piece looks very strange.
Isn't all art quite strange to you?
Will you let me finish? This shows some kind of bird with a split tail, right? And around it are suns and bones, and it's carrying a bone as well.
So, you want an interpretation of that? The sun usually represents life, and bones may symbolize mortality, but also permanency. So, my guess would be the bird is some kind of phoenix. They exist in many forms in many cultures. In Egypt, it was called the Bennu. In Persia, Hauma. Not to be confused with Hauma, a bird symbolizing a godly drink.
Oh,
You
that's
have so much brain and you use it so rarely. Thanks, JB.
Aha. Okay.
There's something hidden away here. Something I need.
A hidden treasure in the basement of the House of Arts. Right.
I guess it's under the House of Arts.
Well, with such a neoclassical building, you never know if the floor is old or new.
Maybe it's a good idea to take a closer look at the floor. So, I need to take a closer look at these things over there. Could you go outside and make sure nobody's watching me?
You want me to be a distraction? Are you going to commit crimes?
I would never say it like that. But...
Say no more. I'm right where I need to be. Gather around, everyone. Let me tell you a little about the history of this place. Don't worry, we'll get to this room soon. Let me first show you an incredibly special piece right down this hallway.
Okay, oh, we didn't
All
even...
right, my brother's making sure nobody comes in. Let's see.
I didn't even see this thing before. Oh, click on the floor now, though. Just gonna see if there's anything else here. Not really. Okay, floor.
Let's see now.
Well, it looks like double the chessboard, doesn't it? The chessboard's 8x8, I think, and this is 16 by, I'll say 16. So 8K seems like a good idea to press, maybe?
I got it! Careful now. It's some sort of metal box, similar to the one I found in the Bavaria statue.
Okay, let's have a look at this stuff then.
The bird represents eternal life. Fortunately, this one just opens up. Inside is a stack of letters. That letter looks ancient, and this handwriting. It's difficult for me to read, and the letter is quite long. Best to break it into parts. My beloved Lord, I cry to thee looking for forgiveness, for my sins are grave and many in number. I was unfaithful to you, to my vows and my sisters. I fell in sinful love with a man. I deceived you, but in the end, I deceived him also. In Constantinople, my sisters and I deciphered the text about a holy relic. It probably referred to the holy saint of Thessalonica. So, we have love, betrayal, and some ancient relic. I think I'm in for an interesting read.
Someone in the comments for the prologue video, I think, mentioned some frustration with the voice actress for the words in German. Apparently, sometimes missing out whole syllables. I didn't really pick up on that, but apparently that's the case. But I have noticed a couple of times with other words that similar things have happened. Just then she pronounced Constantinople as Constantinople, which is a little strange. Yeah, just something I've noticed. It's a rare case of the voice actor making a typo in inverted commas while the caption actually says the right thing. Normally it's the other way around. You see the typos in the captions. But anyway, let's continue reading.
Today, I wish we had never learned of this relic. But as we did so, did this man, whom I loved and betrayed in equal parts, learned of us in our findings. A man of state, a businessman, educated and handsome. Venerable and tall, like his name, Maximilian Alexander Primus. I fell in love with him, but I wasn't able to protect him. Maximilian Alexander Primus. That's quite the mouthful. For some reason, I think of some Roman gladiator or a Spartan soldier.
Let's keep reading.
My sisters and I were supposed to bring the bone across the Black Sea to Europe. I thought Maximilian a Christian man because he promised to help us with this dangerous journey. Later, I learned he had wanted the bone for himself. I nearly helped him achieve that goal, betraying my sisters in act and not just in mind. He showed us a way out of Constantinople.
She did it again.
But we were stopped by a young woman, pretty as a picture. And as dangerous as she was beautiful, she and him fought. They fell into the floods during the crossing. We could only save the bone of Thessaloniki, but unfortunately not us. Alright, so according to this, they really did find that holy relic. And there's another person after it as well. Or maybe another lover exacting revenge after this guy ran off with a bunch of nuns? When we arrived ashore, we found ourselves in a country we did not know, with a language we did not speak. We fell prey to carnal lust and could not return to our Italian homeland. We had to separate. 2 of my sisters had become pregnant and we parted ways. My new home is here in Munich. I have new sisters who take good care of me. But still, I fear all the travels and suffering will take their toll soon. I did hold on to the bone that was so important to my beloved Maximilian. After I saw him fall into the waters, I couldn't bring myself to give it up to the church after all. Tonight, I will bury it in a safe, sacred place. I have never quite given up hope that Maximilian survived his fight. I beg of you, dear Lord, I'll gladly endure purgatory if only you spare Maximilian for me. Please, make it so that these pages will find him. He will know what to do. In eternal reverence to you, Sister Bladina. Pages? Plural? But it's just the one, or am I missing something? Somehow, this gives just as many questions as it answers things. Okay, so this nun, Sister Blondina, she brought the bone to Munich in the end. Well, now I can see why Joseph hid this. Just what is going on?
Judith, I'd better leave. I think they're becoming mistrustful. See ya, bye.
Of course, JB.
So that letter was telling the story, wasn't it, of this picture? So this is that Maximilian guy, I think, isn't it? So he's after the bone, but it gets stolen. The nuns find it. He kind of gets thrown overboard by this woman. I don't really get what part the frog plays, but maybe it symbolises something. And then they all go separate ways at the end. Okay, so I think we kind of get that. And it does imply that it's this
Metallic door.
Map guy. Let's have a look at these things then.
The man the nuns encountered on their travels and who wanted the bone for himself. Maximilian Alexander Primus, or in short, Map. Is it a coincidence, or is that bastard that abducted me related to the person in this letter? Or Are they the same person? What the fuck? That doesn't make any sense.
Well, this whole thing is about, like a potion of living forever, isn't
The
it?
mysterious relic the nuns brought with them. Okay, so this nun, Sister Blondina, she brought the bone to Munich in the end. Are both of them the same person? This doesn't make any sense. Let's try something else. I think they're not connected.
Okay, can we tie
That
these
doesn't
together
work.
at all?
I should try. No. I don't see how. I don't see. That doesn't work. Let's try something else. Let's try something. I think they're not.
Do you? Okay.
I should try.
Do we bring him now?
I can't just call these guys without any. That doesn't work. I don't see how the. I wonder if the nun paintings I've seen in the salon in the House of Arts are somehow connected to the nuns I've read about in this letter.
Did we?
Assuming the nun's relic and the bone are the same object. And JB said the bird, Phoenix, Hauma bird? Whatever, represents eternal life. That means the nuns brought something with them that makes people immortal. How? I mean, assuming for a moment reality is on a break and all this stuff is possible. The relic the nuns found brings eternal life.
Alright, so we'll link that to him, yeah?
If the bone gives eternal life, again, assuming this kind of stuff is even possible, the slimy dude could be the same person as the one in the letter. How old would he be now? At least some 100 years, right? That's crazy. He can't be. But if so, it means he was in possession of the bone once and became immortal. But then he lost it. The nuns found it. The bone that made Maximilian immortal. I should try something. No. Let's try something else.
Okay.
This doesn't make it. So, the immortal guy loses the relic that makes people immortal. The nuns bring it to Munich. If I were to believe this is real for a moment, does it mean the bone's still here? In Munich? If this story is true, it's possible the bone is still somewhere in Munich. I think these two are connected somehow. But I need to figure out more about this man first to really understand what's going on. I will come back to it later. I think they're not connected.
Right, so what do we do now?
I should try some.
We bring
I
him
can't
now?
just call these. I don't see how. I think they're not connected. Let's try something else.
So we want to work out where in Munich this thing is, don't we?
Let's try something else.
Is that it? Do we just leave now? Maybe. Do we go back to the salon, maybe?
The tunnels get quite dark further on.
What to that candle you had? Or she lost it. Okay, well maybe we don't go back there then. Get back to our apartment, I suppose. Maybe JB's there to talk to, or...
That doesn't work. I should try. Let's try something. That doesn't work. I think they're not.
Okay,
If this story is true,
yeah, but...
same style again. Same style again.
Yeah, okay, he obviously wants that.
I think these two are connected somehow. I need to figure out more about this man first to really understand what's going on. I will come back to it later.
Right.
This doesn't make...
How are we going to work out more about him? Maybe...
I don't see how... No.
Trying to remember things.
I think they're not... I don't see how... I should try. That doesn't work.
Okay, well, how can we work out more about him?
Who should I call?
Oh. I'm gonna... Let's reread this stuff again.
My beloved Lord, I was unfaithful to you. I deceived you, but in the end, in Constantinople, my sisters and I deciphered. It probably referred to the holy saint of Thessalonica, the holy relic of the Saint Thessalonica. Maximilian, Alexander. Today, I wish we had never learned of, but as we did so, did this man whom I loved and a man of state, venerable and tall. I fell in love with him. My sisters and I were supposed to bring the bone across the... I thought Maximilian a Christian man because he promised... I nearly helped him achieve that goal. He showed us a way out of Constantinople. And as dangerous as she was beautiful, she and him fought. We could only save the bone of Thessaloniki, but unfortunately not us. Maybe this other person is after the bone. Running off with a bunch of nuns could drive a lover to... When we arrived ashore, we found ourselves in a country we did not... We fell prey to We had to separate. My new home is here in Munich, but still, I did hold on to the bone that was so important to my beloved Max. After I saw him fall into the... Tonight, I have never quite given up hope. I beg of you, dear Lord, I'll gladly endure. Please, make it so that these pages... An eternal sister bloody...
They're starting to give me weird looks, Juju.
I'd better figure out where I strike next first before I wreck even more of the floor.
Do we think there might be something else down here? I can't halve that. God, it's tricky, this part.
Let's try something. Let's try something else. Who is this map, and what does he want?
Yeah, well, I got that.
Let's try something. I think they're not. That doesn't work. In the Fourth Era, a ship is leaving the medieval city of Constantinople. 3 nuns hold a bone above their head with their hands, singing like an ecstasy. We also see a man longing for the bone, and a woman.
I don't know if there's any more to be revealed here.
The third era shows the man again at the Zoroastrian Tower of Silence. He has obviously drunk a glass of Hauma, and his female lover is drinking it too. At the same time, a raven steals. The first era illustrates the king of India, Zarathustra, and a Kung Fu master. The king is reading from a scroll and drinking a milky liquid known as Hauma. Legend has it that the king became.
Yeah, I might have to look up a solution to this next part as well. I just don't know. I don't know what we're supposed to do now. Everything's become a bit non-interactive again.
I still can't. I hate it. Better figure out what's going on.
I don't believe this. I had to quit the game again
Something just changed in the other room. I think somebody is about to hold.
because
a
another trigger
speech.
failed to happen.
Welcome everyone.
I just reloaded and
It's been a
when I
while
came back in,
since
this
I've
happened.
had to entertain such a crowd. Last time, I can assure you, the uniforms were very different. But that is all in the past that should never be celebrated, never be repeated. Instead, I'd like to celebrate my gift to this museum. When I first heard of this painting, I knew it should be given to the people of Munich. It is an exemplary piece of history, both old and modern. A true celebration of what we are about as a people, as Bavarians. I can only say so many words. Now, it's time for you all to form your own.
That man. I know him. But from where? Ugh, damn, my head again. That headache. I need to figure out what was going on when I blacked out. And I think this man has something to do with it. And I need to do this right now. Is there something in my possession that could trigger my memories? I remember it now. I remember it now. I remember what happened last night. What? Where am I? Why is everything so unclear? But I'm in one piece. And I can still feel my grandpa's journal in my pocket.
Okay, alright, well that's the painting we've seen in the gallery. We can look at it now.
My mind is too confused. I remember there were candles left and right. There is a matchbox I used to light them. My mind is too...
I mean, what do you want me to do?
My mind... There were
Those are the only things I can click on.
My mind... Hey! Where's my stuff? Oh, right. Something happened. Somebody brought me here. Did they drug me? There's this strange white powder all over my face and clothes. Whatever this is, it's giving me a huge headache. Let's see if Grandpa mentioned anything about this. Oh, something stuck to this page. A sheet of some sort of thin leather. According to the description in the journal, I should roll this up into a cigarette. Huh. Never thought my freaking abuse of smokables would come in handy. A fresh scorpion skin cigarette. No. I don't see how... My mind... There were candles left. I remember that
Ah, here we go.
My mind.
Oh, my goodness.
My. A lit cigarette. If the journal is correct, this should help me clear my head. That's exactly what I needed. What is that painting? If I'm careful, I can escape.
And where do you think you're going?
Charlie, is that any way to greet our guest?
Charlie was kind of like the handyman figure in the cult thing in the prologue.
Ah, Miss Hartman. So nice to meet you. I'm sorry we are meeting under these circumstances, but I assure you, I don't mean any harm.
You abduct me and drug me, and you don't mean any harm. I hate to see what you'd do to me if you did.
I'd hate to see that for you, too.
What do you want from me?
Your investigation, Miss Hartman. I've been following it with some interest. You're getting further than most people.
Who are you?
My name is Maximilian Alexander Primus. But at some point, my adversary started referring to me as Map. And I suppose it stuck around. What else would you like to know?
What am I doing here?
I wanted to have a conversation. In an environment of my choice under my control.
You abduct people just to have a conversation with them?
I do. Does that worry you?
Just seems a little psycho.
Spoken like a person who doesn't share my life experiences. But now that we're talking, I realize you're a lot further than I'd hoped. I'll just have to move quicker. Charlie, prepare the sketches. We want them there next dawn. And once we're done, destroy everything still here. You must still have many questions.
What do you know about me?
Charlie told me about the events at the Oktoberfest. And I understand that you're currently following Schulein's trail.
What is it to you?
You're dealing with the legacy of people I used to know quite well. Take Joseph, for instance.
How do you know about him?
We go way back. But that story is for another time. You must still have many questions.
I think I'd like to hear that story now.
Understandable. But you're asking me to explain the ocean to a mole. You have no idea what you're even looking for. I don't think you even know the lion, the fox, and the frog, do you? Figures. Let me tell you that Joseph was a thief and a fool of a man. The lame fools will go to protect what they believe is their legacy. Perhaps that's why your grandfather and him got along. Well, before he ruined that, as he did with everything. But, you know, Judith, sometimes it's best to just live your life and not engage with such foolery. What else would you like to know?
What do you know about my grandfather?
I thought I'd meet you one day. Like grandfather, like granddaughter, right? I know he gave up on his quest when family became involved. I told him, you know, if he pressed his luck, people could die. I just hoped it wasn't anyone he truly cared about. It was uncalled for.
What are you talking about?
You don't know? About your grandfather, your parents? Shame. What else would you like to know?
Like anything that he's telling us about, maybe?
What do you know about my grandfather?
I know he gave up on his quest when family became involved. I told him, you know, if he pressed his luck...
We've heard this.
I just hoped you...
Tell me about my parents.
Not so fast. I've already told you so much. I want something in return.
Ask me anything.
Not an answer, an item. Miss Hartman, The journal. Give me the journal and I'll tell you everything.
First, you tell me all these things that raise so many questions. And now you tell me you won't answer any of it until I give you the journal. No, I don't play that game.
Shoot yourself. Just know I can tell you anything you'd ever want to know. Should you change your mind, call me. Charlie, can you ensure our guest returns home safely?
Of course.
So that's what happened. So this man...
Okay.
A business card with a number and the initials MAP.
That's him.
No.
Okay. He's linked to the salon.
This doesn't make any sense.
He's the man in the
I
painting.
should try some...
He took me there. Oh, God, I don't know. He's looking for
This
that.
map guy wants the bone, and for some reason he needs me to find it. Why? Oh, Shaline and Grandpa must have been searching for it as well. And maybe Shaline found it and left some breadcrumbs for Grandpa? But why? I feel like there's a gap. I'm missing some information. Anyway, I start following this trail and I make progress. Somehow, that immortal guy finds out about it. And then he wants me to work for him. Why? He surely knows more about the bone than I do. But maybe not where it is? I must know something he doesn't. My grandpa's journal. It contains the information Map lacks, along with the stuff from Shaline I already found.
This is all such a mindfuck. Like, am I buying into all that? Relics and immortals and a nun and...
Oh, fuck. I should go.
Considering he had us drugged twice, I'm surprised he didn't just take the
Judith!
journal he was after.
I didn't expect to see you here. I'm sorry, everyone. I just happened to see a friend I had not seen for a long time. Please, excuse me. As for us, let's go somewhere more quiet.
I'm not going anywhere. Not until I have answers. I found the letter. You got some explaining to do.
And like I've told you, I'd be happy to answer any of your questions. But first, you know what I want. The journal, Judith. Give it to me and I'll tell you anything.
I'm not giving up my only guide.
Why didn't he just take it?
But I do want
I
answers.
don't get that.
I'll make him answer.
Make him answer what? What? What does he want me to do?
If this story is true, the bone that made Maximilian immortal, the mysterious relic the nuns brought,
What am I supposed to
I
do?
must know something he doesn't.
We know something he doesn't.
Let's try something else. Let's try something. I should try. No.
There. This might be relevant. Always keep notes. Memory is never to be trusted. Blah 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 blah.
I don't see how those two...
Quite sure what happened there.
This is an invitation. Whoever put it in the box must... Whatever it is, I need someone else to join me because me and Art... What did the description... It's a sick...
Don't.
Map. Tell me what's happening here. Because I won't hesitate to be at the end of your very, very long tale.
A weapon? Judith, you know better than to choose violence.
Do I? If you've been paying any attention to me, you know I do this.
Charlie, get the journal. Now.
Where am I? What happened? What is this place? This woman, did she rescue me? Why? I have to find out what's going on.
Well, there we go. I think it probably makes sense to leave it there for now. There's a lot going on. I would admit to a certain amount of frustration, I suppose, with this episode because of the bugs in the art gallery area. Just, not realizing they were bugs and like there must be something I was missing. To have that happen twice in the same area and have to sort of look at a guide and just try and see what they were doing, because it was a video playthrough, no commentary, which was the only thing I could find, and just kind of try and see what they were doing that I wasn't. And the only thing was they were able to click on stuff that I couldn't, and when they went through a doorway that I'd gone through and nothing happened, when they went through it, it triggered the next section of the game. So a little bit frustrating there, having to sort of quit out a couple of times and reload and see that something had changed. If I hadn't looked up a guide, if there hadn't been anything like that available, I wouldn't have known to do that. I'd have just thought, there's a puzzle here I can't solve. But anyway, hopefully we're past all that now. We're going to keep playing with it. As I said, a certain amount of frustration on my part. Hopefully it wasn't quite so frustrating for you guys, because I did pause at those points. Story's a little bit confusing for me so far, so appreciate any speculation in the comments as to what you think's going on. As best I can tell, there's this guy who's looking for this relic. We're on the same track. We're not allies, but he wants to kind of use us to find it. He suspects that he wants this journal. He thinks there's answers in there, but he's quite happy to let us look for it, I suppose, but keep tabs on us, and yeah. I guess that's why his henchman protected us from the thugs in the first episode, because he didn't want us to be killed. As I said, not allies, but using us. And we'll see where the rest of it goes. I think that's basically what it boils down to. I'm not 100% on that. Like I said, it's a little bit confusing in terms of the various factions and where everyone fits in. But, let me know in the comments what you think as well, because I'd be interested to read any speculation there. If you enjoyed this episode, I hope you enjoyed it a little more than I did playing some of it. But if you could hit the thumbs up button, that'd be fantastic. As would subscribing to the channel as well, if you're watching this and haven't done so already. So I'll just say thanks very much once again, and I hope to see you next time for more Hauma. Bye for now.